All right, I should be going live. Hello, everyone. Just making sure it's all working good. Let me know if you hear my voice singing to you, you. Sorry I'm late. I was getting everything set up. How is it going? Can you see me? Am I on the screen? It looks like I am. Hi, everybody. All right, there we are. It looks like I'm on here. I know you can't hear the game just yet, but that's because I haven't turned up the game. But there's a cutscene playing, and I was loading up the level. Hello, everybody. Hi, Savory Lemon, Chris Bird, Infernal, or excuse me if I'm saying your name wrong, Infernal Solvang. Apologies if I said that wrong. Cyberquaker, Wellington Smith, good to see you. Miss Wicked Wolf, Emily Chambers. Who else is here? Edward. Edward's a little drunk. Good to know that you're a little drunk, Edward. That's the best way to experience a Jessie Gender live stream. Unless you're me. Let me turn off the sound on my end so I can actually focus on the chat for a minute here. Please sing the entire stream, Corey. I cannot sing the entire stream, everybody. I would go insane. Or you would. One of us. Someone would go insane. It would probably be you, maybe me. Little drunk is pretty ideal. If it wasn't a Tuesday, I would be getting drunk with everybody here. But don't worry. I have a rule for me, this is my rules. I don't get drunk on weekdays. That's just my own personal rule. Unless it's like a special event or something like Christmas or something like that. So, why don't they just use magnums on the Borg or do the choppy chop with the batleth? I know, right? They use Picard uses the Tommy gun in First Contact, and that works really well. Hey, Vale, good to see you. Pubs, William O'Reilly. Apologies if I say that wrong. Gorns, good to see you. Jessie, what are your thoughts on Has-Been Hotel and Hella Via Boss? I actually don't know what that is actually off the top of my head. I might need greater context for that. Hey, Christy, good to see you. Buffering in Florida, unfortunately. Yeah, hopefully the stream's going good. I was having some internet trouble earlier. Also, I'm exporting, just so you all know, the video that I have coming up this Friday is a really big video in terms of, like, amount of edit stuff. The length is about normal for one of my Friday videos, but there's some, like, editing stuff that goes on that's kind of crazy. So I'm exporting that video right now. And it says it's going to take 8 hours to export. So that's the thing. And don't worry, we'll get started with the game in just a second. I just want to kind of settle in and say hi to everybody. Let's see. David Johnson, good to see you. Offended Snowflake Dud, good to see you. Also, Offended Snowflake, I really like your profile pic. That's the siren from Raised by Wolves, right? I loved that show. That show was so interesting. Let's see. Lisa, good to see you. Bacasta, good to see you. Favorite superhero? The answer to that question changes, but Harley Quinn, if you count Harley Quinn as a superhero, she's probably my favorite superhero. If you don't count Harley, probably Captain America. Or even Superman. But again, the answer will change from day to day, depending. So. All right. Sorry, I'm just checking to make sure the export on this video is going good because I don't want my gameplay to freak it out. Oh, dang, it just jumped ahead. It said it was going to take 9 hours. Now it's just going to say take 50. Or 50 minutes, not 50 hours, dear God. You should check out Raised by Wolves Cyber Quaker. It's really, really good. I really enjoyed it quite a bit. All right, let's get into the game. Let me just get my setup here all good. How does my sound? I'm going to turn up the sound on the game, so you're all going to have to tell me if it's if the sound's bad or too loud or too soft, let me know cuz I'll have to adjust a little bit on the fly. So, let me know how everything's sounding to everybody. Hopefully nothing's too loud. That all looks good. Okay. All right, I'm going to start playing the game. We're about midway through the game, so let me get everyone in on the story. Oh, Edward Beater, thank you so much for the super chat. Heart for you. I really appreciate the super chat. So are we in a new golden age of science fiction TV or silver age? I don't know. I mean, certainly there's a lot of really good. Science fiction going on right now, like Raised by Wolves, as you were saying. I like Superman and Lois. For All Mankind is pretty excellent. We have Foundation coming up. The Expanse is on right now. I am very excited for Foundation actually. So yeah, there's certainly a lot. I mean, it's all kind of like part of like Prime TV though, and obviously you got Star Treks and all that, and Star Wars and those shows. So yeah, I think we call it a good golden age of science fiction TV. But I think it's all part of like the Prime television thing going on right now. So I'm curious. I'm honestly curious to see where we're gonna be in television like 5 or 6 years from now. In 5 or 6 years, I think it'll be really kind of telling what television's evolved into, and it'll kind of settle into a new normal in an interesting way, which I find kind of fun. Oh, Jay, thank you. I got to get to the game, but I want to say thank you so much for the super chat, Jay. You are awesome. Heart for you as well. Sending you a heart. And you rock, Jessie. Much love for you. Well, much love to you, Jay. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate the super chat. Okay. We are going to get in here. People are talking about Dreamer. Yes, Dreamer is freaking awesome. I love how they handle her character. She's a very well-handled trans character, and I adore her so much. All right. Sports bras are trans girls' best friends. Oh my gosh, yes. Nowadays, now that I'm post breast augmentation surgery, all like sports bras are a lot of fun too. But they were even more fun when I was younger, before I got breast augmentation. I would call WandaVision sci-fi fantasy. I would agree with that, Cyberquaker. All right, let's get into the game. Like I said, let me know how the sound is. So if it's too loud or too soft, let me know and I can adjust as we go. So how's that sound for everybody? Can everyone hear that? Actually, I gotta turn down my own sound. Is that good for everybody, or do you want it louder? You can kind of hear that music in the background. I am the new TV, Jay. I appreciate that. Let's see. Okay, cool. All right. This all look good to everybody? Sound good? Everything good? Oh, shoot. I forgot that I have to reset up my configuration here. Movement. Jump is that. And then that's run. Use is E. I didn't screw up anything else with that. Okay, cool. Mission analysis is, let's just make that whatever that is. Right. Cool. Cool game. Dig the 90s, 2000s Trek style. Thanks, Jay Stan. Good. Thank you. I appreciate that. I did not hear that there were 2 uprisings in North Korea, Flurkin's Galaxy. I don't want to speak on that because I actually know very little about that or that situation. But I mean, to be honest, if it's like a populist like this, they're standing up against the oppressive government in North Korea, that would be great. And I hope everyone's, you know, I don't know how safely you can do that in North Korea, but I lend them my support and my thoughts. All right. This is giving me STO menu creation flashbacks. By the way, hey Geek Filter, I didn't say hi to you. I saw you in here, but I didn't say hi. All right, where are we going here? Okay, right. I love hearing the Elcars too, Emily Chambers. All right, where am I even going? Wait for Tuvok to summon you. Check up on your teammates. I hate waiting for Tuvok.
This sucks. This wasn't supposed to happen. How'd the Borg get here?
Rick, relax.
Dang, Borg.
Relax? Those Borg killed Ken.
Dang, all right.
I'm gonna go over there and personally break every one of their grimy necks with my
Wow.
bare hands.
It's pretty aggressive.
Hey, Monroe. We're going over there, right?
Whew.
We gotta teach them not to mess with Starfleet. For Ken.
Rick, look.
For Ken!
Let's go over to a Borg ship for
We will fight for Ken.
Yeah?
Not for Steve, but Ken.
He might still be alive. We gotta save him.
Probably assimilated them already.
Don't say that,
Yeah,
man.
I understand your friend died, but
We're
geez,
professionally
you
trained
do need to
as a
chill.
team.
I agree, Bacosta.
And
Take a chill pill.
for Ken.
Man, I'm going to assume, like, I'm going to assume Ken, or I'm going to assume Rick and Ken were, like, lovers. Because he seems really broken up about it, and I'm just assuming they were, like, dating. And I think that makes me very happy. Those Borgs killed Kenny, those bastards. Oh, Wellington, that's hilarious. That is perfection. They killed Kenny. Everyone. Oh my gosh. Can't hear the game. I can turn it up a little bit on my end real quick. And I actually need to just pause it too so I can check. I want to make sure I can see the stream health while I'm playing here. So let me quick pop that up. Sorry, everybody. Just want to make sure I can see, because there's on YouTube's back end, it lets me see like the stream health and everything on the back end here. So I just want to make sure that's going good while I'm playing here. Okay. All right. Cool. Now it should be a little bit louder. Okay. I like the color coding. I wish we had seen this in the actual show. This like color coding of rooms in Starfleet. That would have been so much. That would have been so helpful. Rick and Ken were lovers and went through to the crew of the NX-01 are non-binary. Those are my new headcanons. I appreciate that headcanon so much, Corey. I love that you put that in the watch along.
I just don't believe there was nothing they could do. Sir.
Oh,
Am
I just.
interrupting something?
Oops,
Shall I speak
sorry.
freely? Go ahead.
Go for it. Do it.
Honestly, Monroe, I don't know how it could have gone so poorly. Ken, Foster, Odell.
Gotta be a
and
faster
the
moderator,
Alpha
Geek
Citizen.
Filter.
What are you trying to say? I'm saying someone must be to blame.
Oh, dang. Wow. This is dark. Everyone's just in a really dark place right now. Jeez. I know Ken died, but dang. Yeah, Gozer, I like that. Rick and Ken are bitter exes. I like that view. Also, I like this guy's mustache. Pretty intense mustache. I'm just gonna hover over you for a while. Don't mind me.
Hey Monroe, I heard Odell's gonna make it. The doc says he got to him just.
Wow, that mustache is really popular on Voyager apparently. The polygon look is wonderful. I love that. All right, yeah. Oh, there's my shadow being all weird again. I love the shadow in this game just like freaking out. All right. Doomer Trek. Here, I can turn it up a little bit more. I see some people are still complaining about the sound. I can raise it up just a little bit more. There we go. Hopefully that's good. But now I can't see the chat. Let me fix that up. Now I can see the chat. Cool. Go to Astrometrics on 8. Alright. Hey, Way Hot Dog. Good to see you. Oh, this is a hi, Tuvok. This is dead stare. Tuvok's just giving me the dead eye stare. It's kind of creepy.
Deck 8. Astrometrics.
Awkward silence.
Look, Foster's alive. We can still save him.
That is a possibility. You may well have the chance to find out.
What?
The gasp.
Though it goes against my better judgment. You are next in line for command of the hazard team.
Yes, I already did the Mirror Universe level, J Strand. Technically, it's not a Mirror Universe level. It's just you're on a ship from the Mirror Universe. To get technical, being like a nerd, it's like, well, technically, you never left the Mirror Universe. Hey, Seven.
Ensign.
Why did Tuvok just like walk into 7 of 9 there for a hot
You
second?
know Seven and Ensign Kim.
Nope, never met him. Who are you?
Seven and I were going over the Ethereum's data, and we've located a Borg cube here in the dampening field with us.
The
Music's
vessel
really
appears to be
loud.
heavily damaged.
Monroe,
Corey honking it.
you and the
Yeah, it's so
hazard team are going to
photorealistic.
beam over there and get back
Obviously,
the
they have to
ICBC.
give 7 of 9 the Tomb Raider bust
And
because
Foster?
Star Trek Voyager.
Ensign, we're not even sure he's still alive, but if it's possible to rescue him, then yes, by all means. But the ICBC
Super's
is
talking
of
about the
the
super
highest
straight movement card
priority.
dog. I haven't heard the details of it, but if
Seven
it's
will be
anything like I
joining
think
you
it
on
is, yeah, it sounds
And Ensign,
frustrating and
You are now officially in command
anger-inducing,
of the
but-
hazard team.
Yes, sir.
I'll look into it. I might do a video on it or something soon.
Seven
So
has prepared a plan of action.
that cutscene made me want to do
Determine where
2x2 a
the
wide
Borg will be storing the
Putin walk.
ICBC. I've chosen a beam-in point within reasonable
Yeah, this is the real
proximity to
cast,
the primary
Cassie.
sub-processing matrix.
Look at that Borg
From
cube.
there, I should be able to determine the exact location of the isodesium.
Why not beam
Yeah,
directly to
7 of
the
9's. I like how 7 of 9's waist is like on a swivel.
The beam
Technically
point
here.
is in an area of low importance. There is also an assimilation chamber en route. It is possible that Lieutenant Foster is as yet unassimilated and being held there.
Hopefully, they'll be too busy repairing their ship to worry about a few trespassers.
Sounds good. Get in there. Get the isodesium. And rescue
The
Foster.
isodesium, because it kind of like unobtainium. Also, Astrometrics looks a little bit bigger in this version. It's kind of interesting.
I will join you and your team in the transporter room.
The Eternal Ensign. Just like the Eternal
Ms.
Flame.
Monroe, I trust your performance will surpass your previous efforts.
Wow. That was encouraging. Seven's neck makes up for the waist. Dun 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 dun. Also, there's that guy with the mustache again.
Any questions?
Yeah.
Bum bum.
Why aren't I on
Bum,
this?
hashtag Berman
We're gonna give
boobs.
the Borg some payback. You're gonna need some
I love that,
extra
Emily. That is perfect. Oop, sorry, I clicked the wrong button real quick here. Berman boobs. That is perfection, Emily. I love that.
Possible.
I'm gonna use that.
As for firepower, Seven's Infinity Modulator prototype is ready for field testing.
Oh, look at Seven in the Hazard Team uniform. She looks kick-ass. Oh, I am all about this.
Yeah, see?
I am all about Seven in the uniform. Hell yeah.
No offense, man.
None taken.
Beesman, I know.
Really
you're
hope that's the
upset
game
about
developers
Ken
being like,
Foster,
yeah, put her in a
but
freaking
killing
Starfleet
a
uniform.
bunch of Borg isn't going to bring them back. I need cool heads. You're going to have to learn to control yourself before I can assign you to another mission. Dismissed.
What's the Vulcan word for shade?
Come on.
I said dismissed.
Dang, Rick.
Oh, you're loving
Dang,
this,
Rick, and
aren't
your
you?
perfectly chiseled jaw.
If there are no
Oh,
further
that door
delays,
just stuttered. Dang it, Miss Wicked Wolf. Why are you telling me constantly Geek use my hearts? Always using up my hearts. Hearts are my thing. Hearts for all of you. You all get a heart. Doesn't even have to be for a super chat. You're all getting hearts right now. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you, everyone. By the way, I should say, I said this earlier, but thank you, everybody, for joining the stream. I really appreciate you having you all being here and hanging out with me. It really is nice to have all of you here. All right, that's Starfleet for Get Out.
They should ignore us.
All right, let's see.
This
What
isn't
can
a
I move here?
simulation, so stay sharp.
All right, let me just run up and say hi to the Borg. Hi, how you doing, friend? How's your day going? I want to be like the annoying coworker. Hope you're doing fine.
Can't tell what
Look at all those hearts. You're all beautiful. Wait, hot dog. I love those purple and blue hearts. And Hope, thank you. You should file a lawsuit, Acosta. I have a heart on. I like that. You are always amazing. So what's up? How was Tuesday? You talked to Ken? Huh? Remember Ken? The person that you killed? Alright. Let's see, just alright, let's shoot this thing. Haha. Alright. Oh, look at all the hearts. You guys are all beautiful. Or I should say you all, excuse me, sorry for the gender term, but you all are beautiful. Thank you for streaming. Oh, thank you, Offended Snowflake. Shoot the Borg! No, I am not that dumb. This isn't the PS2 version, it's the computer version. I am not so dumb as to shoot the Borg.
Wow, this place is huge.
Just like your face is huge. Don't know where I was going with that one.
What are you doing?
Sir, he's coming right at us. Should I take him down?
No. What the whole thing is don't shoot. Don't you dare. He's a very nice guy. Hi. Oh god! Ah! No, I thought he was a nice guy!
It was a foolish decision. The Borg will most certainly consider us hostile now.
He attacked me! Don't get all judgy. I was just trying to be nice. I was trying to ask him how his day was, and he comes at me with his weird assimilating
My
fist.
security force field. I shall attempt to override it.
That was mean, Seven. I don't need your judgment. Of course, Seven's always gonna give judgment. What if you gave the Borg a hug?
This terminal is malfunctioning. Crewman Chang, take
Resistance may be futile, but hugs aren't.
Take cover.
You will be hug simulated. Oh no! I don't like this. Hi! Ah! Hi guys. Oh, they've adapted. They've adapted. We're all doomed. Oh, everybody give up. Life is over. There's no point anymore. He attacked me. That needs to be on a t-shirt, Nikki. I love it. This is South Park. I'm sure there probably is like some South Park references. South Park. Oh my god, wait. What is happening here?
How many are there?
Oh my god, they're all just shooting. How many are there? Oh my.
How many
This is I'm sorry. This is too beautiful. This is Starfleet finest at its best.
What was that all about?
What was that all about? I don't know why that got me. But I'm just saying, what was that all about was the best thing. Oh my gosh, I adored that. I adored that so much. That was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful, everybody. I'm so happy right now. Oh yeah, I should probably use the infinity. Do I have the infinity modulator? There it is. Should probably use that.
Move it.
Oh no, the clipping! I could have watched that scene forever. Oh no!
We have to save him. Save him. Save him.
Oh, the game froze up. There we go.
I detect no controllable power source for this force field. I would advise against taking unnecessary
Looks like
risks.
he's being assimilated. That's probably not a good thing.
We can't just leave him behind like this.
Our
Ooh, that's
primary
noises that
objective
guy's
is of utmost
making.
importance. We cannot endanger our mission.
We will add your biological and technological distinctiveness to our own and dance a jig. I love it, Geek Filter.
Monroe, please.
Everybody but Jessie got Stormtrooper accuracy
Tell
training.
me we're going to rescue Foster.
Beautiful, Brian.
Over here.
Over here, man.
Monroe, please. Do something.
What was I supposed to be doing? I was talking to my friends. Sorry, Seven. Don't hate on me.
What are you doing?
It's this one.
Oh. What about this? What's in here? Let's see. Oh, Phoebe, thank you so much. I gotta go. This has already been fun. Have a good stream, and thanks for joining us with Not Odo. Well, thank you, Phoebe. For those of you who don't get that reference, we were doing a watch-along of Star Trek Enterprise on my Discord server, and we watched the episode with Renee Aubergenois recently, just right before this live stream, and we called Renee Aubergenois in Star Trek Enterprise because he's not playing Odo. We called him Nodo.
It's too late.
Credit to Corey, who's I think in the chat still. So credit to Corey for that one, even though I came up with it too at the same time. Nodo. Poor Nodo. Hi. Yeah, but hugs aren't. I'm hugging you with the iMod. I'm just gonna assume that this is, see, it's got pink. It's pink. So this is a love gun. I'm killing the Borg with my love. That sounds dirty. That sounds really dirty. Oh gosh. Do you think the Borg have sex? I mean, obviously they do in Unimatrix 001. They were having some sex going on in there, but
We must continue with our mission to retrieve the isotope.
we should share credit for Nodo. No, you can have full credit, Corey. I don't know. I am about to die. I need. You are an instigator, Miss Wicked Wolf. You are a huge instigator. You just like to. You just like to push people's buttons. Fine. I think it's funny. Alrighty. I just reading the Kate Mulgrew interview with CBR. It's not pretty clear she was a recurring character, not part of the regular cast. Aw, that stinks. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, to be fair, I'm fine with that. It kind of stinks, but I'm fine with her being sort of recurring. She's had her time, and I'm just glad to sort of catch up with her or see where she's going to be at in the show, so I'm fine with that. Oh, Nikki. Oh, good to see you, by the way, Nikki. I've got to delve back into work. Keep it up. Well, thank you. Heart to you. Thank you, Nikki. Nikki is absolutely wonderful, by the way, and gave me some wonderful advice just recently, and I really appreciate that. So, and thank you for the super chat. Watch your health. You watch your health, Jay Strand. Don't tell me what to do.
That was a close one.
No, I appreciate you, Jay Strand. Fan fighting the Borg stuff's getting real. All right, let's see. Where am I supposed to go? Paying too much attention to the chat and not enough to saving my friend. Everybody, get out of my way. I got some Borg hugging to do. Is this where I have to go? Yes. Haha. The old video game crawl space. Alrighty, where am I going here? Did that just end in a nothing? Well, that's... How do I get up there? With my sexy jumps? Oh, is that? No? Weird. Okay. Oh, there we go. That's the thing. Nodo. Yeah, everyone's enjoying Nodo. I love Nodo. Oh, God! I almost ran right off the edge there. That would have gone super well.
Did you hear something?
Why are there no railings on any? I was gonna say in Star Trek, but really on any ships. On any ships in Star Trek, or in any ships in like science fiction, there are like no railings. I think like The Expanse is like one of the few shows that I see railings, and that's actually one of the few shows that doesn't need it as much, considering they go with anti-grav a lot of the time, and they have those shoes. They have like the gravity shoes that they use in The Expanse, and yet that's the show that has the frickin' railings. Alright. Can I push him off? Ow. Oh no! No! Oh wow. Nelson's dead. Space Mutiny has a lot of railings and real killings. Nelson, no! Poor Nelson, he got red-shirted. Oh, Nelson, we cared so much for thee. Almost as much as Ken, I'm sure.
I'll bring this body back to see.
Gasp. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to shoot you. That was a mistake, sorry. Borg hugging made me think of that Xenomorph face hugger gun would be effective against enemies. Yeah, it would be. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I feel like the Borg need to have more railings. I understand. I feel like railings are not insufficient.
The force field's down.
Yeah, railings keep people from falling off dramatically. I'm glad we're going to be just as upset about Nelson dying as we are about Ken. Right? We're all really, what are you doing to this?
Yes, sir. Ensign Monroe and I will scout ahead.
What are you doing to this poor nodule? This feels inappropriate. I'm gonna walk away slowly. Okay. I feel like I was involved in something that I wasn't supposed to be involved in.
Point to the energy chambers. This force field will take some time to bypass.
More Borg! Hug the Borg to death! Hug them with my love gun! Shoot them with the pink beams of death! Oh my gosh, a lot of Borg! Whew! Jeez! There's a lot of Borg. Maybe you should not beam into the same spot over and over again. I'm gonna take out this whole freaking cube by myself. Yeah, Borg should not beam in right at the same spot over and over again. Seems like a bad move. Borg did not tactically plan this out at all. Oh, maybe I should go. I was just sort of sitting there just letting them beam in. Hey, Blackcover95, you are a noob subscriber. Hello, how are you? Tis good to see you here. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having fun. I hope you're doing well. Hug them all! Hug them all! Are the Borg coming? I don't know. Are they breathing heavily? Oh my gosh! Oh, that's dirty. That is dirty, Wellington. You are a dirty, dirty person.
Just a moment.
And I am fine with that. We approve of being dirty here. No! It's an energy weapon. You shouldn't be able to heal from that. Stop shooting me. I don't like it. I don't like being shot at. Hurry up, 7. I freaking killed basically every Borg on this ship.
The force field is down.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Entering new area. Heck yeah. Love gun, pink beams of death, hugs. Ha ha. Love it. Oh, I just realized I had this on top chat. I want to be able to see everyone's chat. Let me do the live chat. Oh no, did the game freeze? I think the game just froze up. Wah, wah. I might have to restart the game. Uh-oh. Game is frozen. Oh. Stream's still going. Okay, good. Yeah, no, it's just the game. I might need to restart the game. Sorry, everybody. This is exciting. I'm gonna have to restart the game. Let me see. Yeah. Level were we on? Because unfortunately, I don't think it saved the game, so I'm gonna have to reload it from the thing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to restart the game here. Sorry, everybody. Oh, thank you, David Johnson. You are amazing too. I forgot the sandwiches again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to restart the game. Sorry, everyone. It froze on my end. I gotta tell it to control it, delete it, and tell it to restart here. Maybe? Is it gonna? Oh no. Now my computer's freaking out. At least the stream's still going. I don't know why the stream's still going and the game is just like noping. Come on. I believe in you, computer. End process. This is exciting, I'm right. This is all what you all came here for. This exciting action. As the game freezes up, don't worry, we'll get it restarted in just a second. If not, I have some other games I can play too. Let's see. Yeah, this is the Borg adapting to my play style. Retro gaming is still best gaming even with this stuff. I agree. I like retro gaming. Come on, game. Why you gotta be like this? Why you gotta be mean? Why you gotta be mean? Why you gotta be cruel? All right, let me close out some of my stuff because I have some editing stuff going on in the background here. Let's see. Save that. Okay. Turn that off because I don't need that. Let's see. If it's frozen, just use fire. Yep. All right. Let me use one more. Exciting stuff. Weird. Well, we might have to switch to another game because this game is just completely frozen, unfortunately. Let's see. Let's take a vote in the chat. Oh, maybe it just ended. Maybe it just ended. Oh, I might actually be able to get it back up. Might actually be able to get it back up. Everyone, give me a topic to vamp about while I figure this out. If anyone has anything you want me to talk about, give me some topics and I can vamp. Well, I can vamp with the best of them and talk about any topic y'all like while I get this game restarted. Weird. Yeah, capture Jerry Ryan rear section. Well, what other games do I have going on in here? We can play something else. Let's see. I have... Oh, thank you so much, Offended Snowflake. Thank you. Heart for you. Appreciate the super chat. Let's see. What do I got here? I got Minecraft, which is always fun, but I'm not really good at it, to be very honest with you. We just sort of wander around sort of stuff. Just Gender, I love your English accent. Thank you. Hello, Gov. What's all this then? I'm being mildly offensive. What? In all that? All right. Let's see. What else do I got in here? Command & Conquer Renegade Remastered Collection. I got that if anyone wants to see me play that. I'm going to turn this off so you can... Maybe that's why the game is frozen because it's still registering it over here. I'm going to remove that. I'm going to jump up to full screen while I figure this out. So at least we got some other... So you can at least see my beautiful face instead of a frozen screen. Ooh, Snyder Cut. I hope it's not rumors that Green Lantern will be added. Did everyone hear about that? By the way, that apparently if you watch Tom and Jerry, you could get this. You could play the Snyder Cut. That's hysterical. I thought that was absolutely hysterical. Of course, WB would leak the game. Oh, looks. I might be able to actually load it up now because it looks like it finally finished crashing on me. All right, setup. Let's get into the game. Oh no, maybe it's still freezing. Oh my gosh, why is my computer freaking out at me today? My computer does not like Jessie today. I think I can get Voyager back up. I just need to see pics. There we go. Voyager setup. Maybe? We'll see. Command and Conquer Renegade. And you told us to be my lady if you fire that up. I love Command and Conquer Renegade J Strand, one of my favorite games of all time. I don't have the original, unfortunately, on this computer. I have the Renegade X that they have going on. Yeah, I think maybe the disc, because I'm playing this off of an old disc, so I think that might be the reason that it's freaking out. I think I just closed the chat. Let me pop that back open. Pop out chat. There's the chat again. Yeah, I think the disc just freaked out, so I'm gonna have to restart the whole disc, unfortunately. All right. Yeah, my computer's just not liking this. I'm just gonna turn it. We're gonna play something else real quick. Right quick here. If I can get my computer. Well, everybody, pick a topic, because we're just gonna change this to the conversation stream, because I think my computer is freaking out. No, Castellas, you didn't show up late. Sadly, my game crashed, and now my computer's freaking out. But unfortunately, apparently the stream's working fine. But the rest of the stream, rest of the computer is like freaking the hell out. Let's see. I'm 35 minutes late. I just saw that. I have faith in you. Jessie, is there any way to virtual visit your museum? What should I see? Unfortunately, there is, technically, it's actually one of the things that I'm working on right now. We do like virtual tours at the museum, but unfortunately, this is getting into something that I sort of have, it's a monetary thing. Unfortunately, they are only doing the virtual tours through companies at the moment, so it's kind of like, oh, you have to like be a big company to be able to do the virtual tour. And they give it to their employees and do like a big like live event sort of thing. And I'm the ones that helping run live events. I can't speak about who the clients are, but that is something that they can do. I will say some of the exhibits are really, really cool. The science fiction one they have is really cool. They have some of the Battlestar Galactica stuff in there, which I was particularly proud of. They have an old Dalek from the old classic Doctor Who in there, which is really cool. Let's see here. Since it got wiped off your screen or didn't press all day, I'm now relaxed and happy enough to sleep. Good night, and thank you, and thank you all lovelies. Well, thank you for joining us, Christy. Everyone send Christy some love. Send Christy some love. What are some of your favorite Star Trek comics? Ooh, good question. One of my favorites is I adore the Star Trek ongoing series, the IDW ones, the like Kelvin Universe ones. And the ones that they did, I'm blanking on the name of them. But the ones that they did post, like that sort of like in between on Star Trek Beyond, that sort of like take place between when the Enterprise gets destroyed in Star Trek Beyond and when the Enterprise gets repaired, and that sort of like ending montage. They have like a whole series of comics that take place then. That is great. I also love the Starfleet Academy ones that they did focusing on Nog. I think those are really, really good Star Trek comics that I would highly recommend. I really love the Starfleet Academy ones. Let's get a game going up here, because I'll play a game. I'm sticking on for another 20 minutes. Let's see. What should I play? What am I feeling? What do I got in here that I'm feeling that's not going to be crazy? I doubt there's not going to be anyone on this game, but yeah, there's 4 people. I can stream this. I'm going to launch the Renegade X. There's not a lot of people online. There never is, but I love Renegade X so much. Command & Conquer Renegade is one of my favorite games. So we are going to load this up and play this if the game will launch. Maybe my computer just isn't liking me today. Maybe that's the problem. There we go. There we go. Load her up. The Starfleet Academy comics are really good. I haven't read Year 5 just because I'm waiting to get to the end of Year 5, or waiting for them to get to the end of Year 5, and then I'll join that. Let's see. And then gonna pop that over. Okay, let me quick. All right, let me pop this game up here. So we're gonna do game capture. Create new game capture. Pop this up here. And see, capture a specific window. We want to capture that. That's okay. Here we go. Pull that. I want to pull this down. Back behind here. Nope. There. Don't need that, and we're going to turn off the chat bar, so because now it's not, it's not the right. Oh, you're getting a weird sound there. One second, let me not let you all hear that. Let me see here. There we go. Let's see, multiplayer. We're going to join this server. Cool. Whoa! Look at that inside of the map. Let me get it so I can see the chat too while I'm playing here. Cool. There we go. And now you can't hear anything though, so that's a problem. Let me fix that. Audio. Sound effect. There we go. Oh, no, there we go. No worries on super. Let's see. Turn that down. Why are we? Oh, because that's the. I see. That's the fact that I'm getting money. Right?
Stealth tank ready.
There we go. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I was just playing with all of that. There we go. Let's see. Lisa asks. Sorry that I was ignoring the chat there for a hot minute. Just getting this set up. For those of you who don't know, this is Command & Conquer Renegade. Oh, I also should probably change the... Let me change the title of the... Can I change the title of the stream? I guess it won't let me. That's weird. Insert ad. No, I don't want to add. Make you guys watch an ad. Yeah, strangely, I can't change the name of it. So hopefully people don't jump in and they're like, why isn't this Star Trek Voyager? This is strange. But I'll change it later on. Okay. So a question from Lisa is, this is super personal, but would you ever want to have a uterus implantation? They did the first one in a trans woman in 2018 and the first one with a cloned organ last year. Oh, no, that's not, I mean, that is a personal question, but I actually don't mind it at all. I don't know. I would consider it. I don't know if I would. I certainly would understand it. And maybe if I was younger, like if that had been a possibility like 10 years ago, and I was like 18 or something like that, I might have considered it, honestly. Now that I'm a little bit older, I am not, and I probably wouldn't. Also, mostly just because I've kind of settled on the fact that what I would what I'm probably going to do is, for those of you who don't know, I think I've talked about this in one of my videos, is I actually, so this is going to get a bit dirty here, but when I was younger, when I came out, I actually, break that window. When I came out, I actually, before I started hormones, I actually saved some sperm that is now frozen at a facility. I actually have to pay that bill. Oh, the game just ended. I actually have to pay that bill. Hey, look, I won. I did nothing and I won. But I actually saved some sperm, frozen sperm, and so there are actually a few vials of my sperm located in a facility that I have to pay, and I actually got the bill, I think, 2 days ago that I need to pay it for the year. And then hopefully, you know, once I end up with the partner that I end up with, and I eventually have want to have kids, we'll sort of decide from there what we do with the sperm. You know, if I'm with someone who is able to have... I know I'm not old, Emily. I'm just older. And I see the super chat, 10 Lauren. I will get to it in just a second. I just want to finish this question. But when I get to whatever partner I end up with, we'll just have to have a conversation about like how that's going to work and if we use my sperm or not and what do we feel comfortable with and things like that. But I like knowing that it's an option for me. But I'm not settled on anything specifically. So I'm not necessarily against a uterus transplant, but I don't know if I would consider it now in this point in my life. But I certainly would have. I certainly wanted it when I was younger. I don't know if I would want it now. And let me just see let me see the super chat. Well, first off, 10 Lauren, thank you so much for your super chat. Sorry, it took me a second to get to it. You are super wonderful and amazing, and this heart is specifically for you. Sending that heart to you, 10 Lauren. Thank you so much. And then thank you so much for making such top-tier Star Trek videos and also helping me feel accepted because I am autistic. I broke up with my boyfriend and made me feel real isolated for being autistic, and your videos helped. Well, I am really sorry that your boyfriend did that to you. That's really horrible, and I'm glad that you broke up with him. I'm not glad that you like had to break up with him, but I'm glad that you like got away from a situation that was not accepting you for the totality of who you are and the beauty of who you are. And I am honored. I am deeply, deeply honored that my videos like meant a lot to you. Like, thank you. I really appreciate that, and I really like I really like hearing that. I like knowing that my videos help people, especially when they're feeling, especially when you're feeling like how I feel, is like really isolated a lot of the time, especially this past year. So thank you, Ten Lauren, and thank you for your kind super chat. And I'm honored that I was able to help you. So thank you so much. All right, so let's try and do this. Oh, and I need to get the chat back to the regular spot. I'm terrible at game streaming. Just a gender, do you think Kirk's reputation is unwarranted considering his actual TOS characterization? So what do you mean by his reputation? Do you mean like him being like a really badass leader? Because yeah, I think they could be somewhat unwarranted. I mean, obviously, like, he was a captain of 2 different ships. The Farragut, I think, was his first ship. And he did a lot of really cool stuff during the original series. Are you talking about the fact that he's, like, a renegade? Which is, like... I like this music, by the way. Like, the fact that he's like, I'm a bold renegade, when in the original series, he wasn't really that much of a renegade, but just kind of got a thing for it. Oh, I forgot that they have base things here. Alright. No, don't kill me. Bad. Okay. Oh, that was not how that was supposed to go. Ten Lauren, he asked me, can you control your autism? Oh, that's horrible. That is horrible. I am so sorry for that, Ten Lauren. I am really sorry about that. That sucks. Can you control the way your brain works? That's, yeah, no, that is some BS. I am sorry, Ten Lauren. That really sucks. I'm glad you got away from that. I meant more as brash and womanizing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Kirk was, I mean, in the original series, he was definitely, like, I don't know if he was, like, womanizing, but, like, the show itself was sexist, and he definitely got a lot of, like, romances of the week because that was the 60s. So, you know, doing the movies in the late 80s, this was not the best way to go. I'm just sort of randomly walking as we talk. So, like, it's kind of like the movies kind of looked at and critiqued how he was characterized by just the nature of television at the time. And that's sort of the problem. And also one of the nice, interesting benefits of when you have, what the heck is this room? When you have TV shows that, like, in franchises that continue on past, like, what their original shelf life was supposed to be. You get these sort of, like, interesting, like, needs to revise history. It's something that even Discovery's doing, like, with Pike and as a character. Like, Pike clearly is a slightly different character than he was back in the 60s. I mean, there's still the same core of the character, but there's definitely some changes for him. So. Medic! Ow, someone just screaming medic, jeez. Yeah, I would agree, Corey. Steve did a really good video on that. It was a really, really good video on the womanizing in Star Trek. How do I get back word? What the thing that I should do was? This game is really exciting. Usually there's more people in here. Unfortunately, sadly, there's not a lot of people in this game, so it's not exactly the most exciting at the moment. It's Command & Conquer. Someone asked earlier, is this game set in the Renegade timeline? It is. It's the Renegade X. So... yeah, sadly, no one's really in here. I might switch out of this game because whoa, hello. I think I'm gonna quit out of this. Sorry, I'm being like kind of unsure of what game I want to play, but there's no one really in this game, so. Yeah, Archie. Sadly, the game crashed. Star Trek Voyager Elite Force crashed on me, so I had to jump to another game. But I think I might switch out of this game. Or, yeah, agreed. ER Mixons that starship captains can't be women. You know what? I am terrible at this game, but y'all can just laugh at me at how terrible I am at this game. We're going to jump over to Star Wars Battlefront 2. Because that's what we're going to play. Nope, my EA account is not signed in. So, where's my EA account? Let's see if I remember. Sure, this is exciting for everybody. telling me it's running. My computer is being... Oh, no! My whole computer just, like, went black. Hopefully everyone can see me. There we go. They shouldn't have retconned the sexism and turnabout into there's a lot more opportunity to depict shocking backwards attitudes in the utopian future. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's something that would have been interesting to say if they had, like, taken it at face value and sort of, like, dealt with it as it was. But I don't know. If you want Star Trek to sort of be like a utopian future, I kind of, like, appreciate it being sort of showcasing that. But I mean, there's certainly something to be said. Like, other TV shows and movies have done that, right? Where they've showcased the... Oh, there was that. Where they like actually accepted it as fact and sort of like kept it in the universe. So. Also, I'm just gonna warn everyone, I am terrible at this game, so you're all just gonna laugh at me. I haven't played it that much, especially on a computer. So this is just gonna go absolutely terribly. Let's see. Why am I not online? Connect. That would probably help. All right, there we go. Age of the Republic. Age of the Republic is the best public. Got to get those Clone Wars. I'll probably play one game of this, and then I might just end the stream. So I'll be on here for another like 20 minutes or so. Because I was just planning on playing some Elite Force for a few levels and then heading out, but blah 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 blah. Alrighty. All we have is one clearly unstable woman saying your world of Starship Captains doesn't admit women. Your world of Starship Captains doesn't admit women. Which is such a classic line. I mean, yeah, you can infer a lot from that. I think the intention was, oh shoot, this is me being bad because my mouse was freaking out. I told y'all I'm terrible at this game. What's for dinner tonight after the stream? I actually don't know. I actually have to go to the grocery store after we're done here. After this, like, part of the reason why I can't stay on too late tonight is actually after this game, I have to go to the store to get more food. Whoa, hello. Did I just lose? I am just terrible timing in this game. What do you think of Star Trek Deep Space Nine? Asks Hope, specifically Captain Sisko. Deep Space Nine is I think the best Star Trek. As I've talked about before, is and Star Trek Enterprise is my absolute favorite Star Trek show. I adore it. It's like the one that I grew up on, and I think there's Star Trek Enterprise is both the best and the worst Star Trek show in all the different ways. But that being said, I will say Deep Space Nine, I think, is qualitatively the best Star Trek show. I think it sort of delved into the most interesting themes. It kind of touched upon a lot of like ideas in Star Trek that you don't normally see, that I think are really I just like that it sort of deconstructed the Star Trek universe and made it feel more realistic, and yet also never really lost sight of that idealism of Star Trek. Like, it would have been so easy for Deep Space Nine to be completely cynical. But it never ended up being completely cynical. It still had that. It didn't take the utopian future of Star Trek for granted, yet it also still showcased that utopian future in interesting ways. And I really like that. And I think Sisko, in many ways, is sort of the embodiment of that. He's the embodiment of what that sort of idea is. I am bad at this game. I got killed by Dick Johnson. Good old Dick Johnson. So. Told you, I am terrible at this game. It's not going to be exciting. This is why I don't usually play games like this on stream, but sadly, because Voyager ended, I have to put something on. So, and also there's no sound here either. What is happening? No! I really do not know how to play this game. Y'all are gonna get the impression I'm a terrible game player when I'm decent when I wanna be. I wanna be. The stream title is now meta. I never saw Scott Bakula's run on Murphy Brown, Lisa. That was I actually didn't even know he was on Murphy Brown. Obviously the only the main Star Trek thing that I know Scott Bakula from. Why are all the doors closing in on me? The doors are closing in. Yay! I killed somebody. I did it. I did it, everybody. Would you go to Quark? Yeah, of course I would go to the Quark's Hollow Streets Lindstorm. Like, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't go? Would any of us not go to the Hollow Suite? Would any of us not go to the Hollow Suite here? Louis Man gave me, I like the OG Star Trek series in the 60s. I mean, so do I. I mean, there's not a Star Trek show that I dislike at all. I think for myself, I think Star Trek Enterprise is my personal favorite. Deep Space Nine is the one that I think is objectively, like, if I was just sort of like to say what objectively I personally think is the best Star Trek, I think it's Deep Space Nine. If I had to do the one that like I have my most like faith of the heart in, as all of you would say, it would be Enterprise. So yeah. I'm just being a straight up noob. Yay! Corey. Gay out of context quotes. Yeah, I killed somebody. I did it. 'Cause I've got faith of the heart. I know. I love the fact that people are jumping into this stream and are like, why are you playing Star Wars? The game broke down, so I had to restart something else. Just want to sing Faith of the Heart while I play Star Wars Battlefront. That sounds like appropriate. Oh God, oh God, oh God. I am the worst player of all time. This has got to be so... I am so terrible. It is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Hi, Ian Manning. Good to see you. Yay, we lost. We lost. It's all because of me. All right, I'd rather just hang out and chat with all of you because I think I'm just like not playing very well. So I'm gonna switch this over to this, and we're just gonna hang out and chat. I'm gonna hang out and chat for about 15 minutes because this gaming stream kind of fell apart, unfortunately. So we're just gonna switch this over to just a chat stream. I'll hang out for another 10-15 minutes, and I gotta go get some dinner. So what does everyone wish to talk about tonight? So, we're talking about Deep Space Nine or Babylon 5 Go. Ooh, Emily Chambers. Good question. I mean, what I like, there are two different, I mean, setting aside the whole question of, like, did Babylon 5 did Deep Space Nine rip off Babylon 5, which Steve Shives did a really great video on. Which I would highly recommend everyone check out if you haven't seen that. That goes into that issue. Personally, for me, both. What's interesting about Deep Space Nine and Babylon 5, good news, we avoided victory, everyone. What I appreciated is like they have two very different storytelling styles and almost kind of two different goals in kind of in an interesting way, if I can speak. See, Deep Space Nine, what was interesting about that show is very much like a seat of the pants sort of writing style. Kind of like, if anyone's read Stephen King's on writing, he talks about like planners and seat of the pantsers sort of writers. Seat of the pants writers are the people who just make it up as they go and sort of make up the story as they go along, and sort of give themselves threads to pull onto that they eventually sort of develop and bring out. Whereas that you have planners, which is everyone sort of like plans on like what their story beats are well before they like release the thing, so they kind of know where everything's going to go. And Deep Space Nine and Babylon 5 showed those two different ethos in shows that were ostensibly very, very similar. Babylon 5 was a very, very meticulously planned show with J. Michael Straczynski writing almost every single episode of that series, and kind of knowing where everything goes. And it feels so satisfying by the end of that show, where you just have these really cool, like stringing together different threads that going all the way back to season 1 of Babylon 5. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is all fitting together so perfectly. And that makes it really, really cool. But everyone sort of, to be honest, that's my favorite type of storytelling as well. I kind of like that storytelling overall. But there is something to be said that's really cool about like the seat of your pants storytelling method, because it allows you to sort of adjust things on the fly. And if things don't work, then you can sort of adjust and make things better if things are like, that doesn't really work. Like, for example, on Deep Space Nine, a really cool thing that they sort of like shifted to was Odo being from the Founders. Like, he was the head of his species was the head of the Dominion. That was clearly something they hadn't planned from the beginning of the series, but they were able to find it as they went along because they were flying by the seat of their pants. Also stuff like Bashir being genetically enhanced was something they came up with, which is a storyline that I personally kind of found interesting, though I know the actor didn't really love it as much. But and also if you look at Babylon 5 to show some of the flaws of that show compared to Deep Space Nine is by the end of season 4 of Babylon 5, he thought he was going to get canceled, so he started shoving all of his storylines into the final like 4th season of Babylon 5. But then suddenly he got renewed, and so he kind of wasted a lot of his story. But because his story was so meticulously planned, he couldn't really adjust the story all that much. So he had to kind of like spin the wheels for a bit. So the first half of Babylon 5 first half of Babylon 5 season 5 is not particularly great because he couldn't adjust. J. Michael Straczynski was unable to adjust his plan to fit that mold. So yeah. I would say that that's sort of the interesting sort of, like, if you're just talking grand scale, like, we get into specifics, like, Jakar is a great character, Londo, there's so many great characters on both shows, I think was, absolutely wonderful. And yeah, Black Cover 95, Garrick is secretly bisexual, I agree with Maggie the Goblin's, not really secretly, like, we all knew he was bi, or even gay. I think they even said, Ira Stephen Bear in the Deep Space Nine doc that they did, he even said that they all knew that Garrick was gay, so it might not even be that he was bisexual. I mean, obviously he was kind of portrayed as bisexual later on because he has interest in Gul Dukat's daughter, which was also its kind of own kind of weird thing given the age difference. But I think they had intended him to be gay from the start, and they obviously I know the actor was playing Garrick as gay, but. I know they kind of shifted that because they needed to straighten him up because Rick Berman and also television at the time. So. Let's see. Would you consider the Federation to have some imperialist qualities? This is something I've struggled with for a while. It's sort of tackled in Deep Space Nine and maybe TNG. Love your videos. Well, thank you so much, Seth Rosen. I would agree. I think that, I mean, the Federation kind of has that idea of, like, the benevolent colonialist to a degree. I mean, obviously it's not as clear-cut as that, but I mean, it comes out of this idea, Federation and Starfleet and Star Trek just in general kind of comes out of American idealism. Like the ideas of, the kind of same ideas of, you know, free speech and individuality, but sort of greater community and the sort of melting pot idea. Those are all kind of typical American values. Now, I'm not saying they're exclusive to America or anything like that, but that's sort of where a lot of Star Trek's ethos comes out of, and it makes sense. I mean, Star Trek is an American show, but because of that, there are a lot of inherent biases in some of the things that sort of Federation and Starfleet stand for that I don't think were intentional by the writers, but just sort of come naturally out of the idea of it, and the idea of like American, like the American idealism of Star Trek. So you get things like the Prime Directive, for example, and I did a video on this, or at least touch upon it. The Prime Directive kind of like naturally assumes like technological advancement makes you more worthwhile. Like I rewatched the episode Dear Doctor over on Star Trek Enterprise last night, actually, for a podcast that I do for my patrons. And I spoke about how in that episode there's like a value, like a conscious value judgment by Phlox and Archer that is saying like, oh, this one species is sort of lesser than because they are less. They even say like less developed, less evolved, less interesting, or and so like they're kind of less worthwhile than the more technologically advanced species that's on that planet. So that's like clearly a racist to a degree. I mean, it's I don't want to say it's not like racist within the context of the show necessarily, but it's like an unconscious bias of like, oh, technology means that you have more value and more worth. And that's sort of an American ideal. And that's sort of like how sort of ideals were used to, that was the same justification that many colonialist countries used to justify taking over other countries. Like, oh, well, we're civilizing the natives. We're civilizing the average, like the people who need us to uplift their civilizations, which isn't true. Like, civilizations and cultures are, worthwhile independent of whether or not they have technological progress. But that was the justification. So now I would say that, like, the Federation is better, quote unquote, than like many colonialist attitudes, because they have that prime directive idea of like trying to be non-interfering, but it still comes out of like a lot of like biases and ideas. And obviously that's not perfect at all. I mean, you see different things like the Federation and Picard being willing to move entire groups of people against their wills, like the Native Americans in Journey's End in season 7 of Star Trek Next Generation. So, yeah, that was the long rant on colonialism in Star Trek. I could talk. There's a lot more to break down in that, but that's sort of that's sort of like the basics of that idea, I guess I would say. Ian Manning, Dukat was such a great villain. He was horrible, but there's some gray to him. Pardon the pun. That's good. I love that, Ian. That's a great. There's a little bit of gray in him. Aha. Because he's Cardassian. I love it. Yeah. No, Dukat is probably the most interesting villain in Star Trek. Mostly because there was like a disagreement by the actors, the writers, and other writers, and even the directors sometimes about like whether he believed what he said or not. And so you get this like interesting sort of like unsureness of like his motives throughout the series, which kind of makes him very interesting. I tend to fall on the side of like the fact that Dukat was like a terrible person, but he did really believe that he was doing things to help the Bajorans. That doesn't make it right. In fact, that might even make it worse, that he was willing to like justify doing horrible things in the name of helping others. It was yeah, so I find that dynamic is definitely fascinating as a character, but morally I find him in the wrong. So, cause he's Cardassian, Corey. Don't you love it? It's like, cause hey, say hello to the Cardassians. I know I'm doing the stereotypical gay voice. My apologies, but I thought that was it's funny if you're self-aware of it, I guess. But, let's see. Have you ever played Gris? Beautiful game about grief with an amazing soundtrack. I have. I own it. I never played it all the way through, but I have it on the Switch. And I love that game. It's I need to finish it because I played like I think about an hour of it. I know it's not much longer than that, but I played about an hour of it and thought it was beautiful and it looked beautiful, and the soundtrack was gorgeous. So. Attention Bajoran worker memes. I agree, Chris IB. The Attention Bajoran worker memes are ace. I love them so much. And someone just asked, is this a Quantum Leap poster on my door? That's actually not. That is, I'm assuming you're talking about this one. Considering there's only one door you can see. That is actually Life is Strange, the video game Life is Strange, which is one of my favorite video games. I adore the Life is Strange video games. I should probably do a playthrough of that at some point, because those are great. So... Black Cover 95. I've thumbed 3 of your videos so far, and I don't usually like videos. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you enjoyed them. I appreciate that. Thank you. Is it hard to reason with someone who is doing something to you for your own good? Yeah, I agree, Donovan. It is like they think like... I mean, it's something we saw with, like, to sort of translate this into a similar idea, something we saw with Sia. Now, obviously, Sia's not on the level of Dukat in terms of awful things, but part of the reason why having the conversation with Sia about music, the movie music, was so hard and why she reacted so harshly is because she thought she was helping. She thought she was doing good. And obviously, we from looking at the movie, we know that she was perpetuating stereotypes and inaccuracies, but it's often very hard for people who think they're trying to help and trying to do good to sort of recognize that they are not even not helping, they are hurting the community that they are tending to help. And sometimes that can be really hard to hear, especially when someone believes that they're trying to do their best to help. And again, I'm not necessarily equating Sia to Gul Dukat in terms of like level of awful stuff done, but this kind of dynamic that you're talking about there, I think is very is on display. So. I love Life is Strange, but I'm still conflicted on the whole last episode. Yeah, I have to go back and replay it because I know there's some. I forgot some of the stuff. I know some of the stuff with the villain of that piece without spoiling for anybody. Was kind of meh. I actually, to a degree, I kind of like again without spoiling too much. I actually like the final choice of that game. Though I actually like the bad ending, the quote unquote ending you're not supposed to pick in that game, much better than the actual ending because I think that's the right choice in a lot of ways. But I understand the themes that they were going for. But obviously, it's sort of, to spoiler warning for Life is Strange, it kind of has a bury your gaze sort of situation at the end that you can avoid in an interesting way. But obviously, the game kind of wants you to choose the bury your gaze option, which is going to... it's an interesting concept to break down and well worth like maybe doing a video or something on in the future. Cart Dog TV, your take on Quantum Leap. I love it. It's been a little bit since I've watched it, so I presume, like, without having watched it in a while, I feel like there are probably episodes within that and just thinking about the concept that are just going to be inherently problematic in terms of, like, you know, a white dude being in a person of color's body, or a white dude attempting to be autistic and maybe like curing, like people assuming that curing autism because like he goes, I know there's an episode where he goes into like an autistic person and suddenly he's better because he's literally Scott Bakula in an autistic person's body, and so there's like this idea of a cure sort of thing. But I think that overall, considering that there's inherently going to be that like the concept is like kind of touchy and the show's just old and so it's going to be dated, I think the concept still is strong. I think that its heart, like I feel like Quantum Leap its heart was always in the right place and always always trying to do the right thing in terms of talking about these issues, and I think that, and so not to forgive it its faults, which like I said, I haven't watched it in a while, so I'm sort of trying to do this from memory. So maybe I'm being too, letting it off the hook too much, or maybe I'm actually being too harsh on it, just basing off of my memory. But I seem to remember like it was a very good show, and I would honestly, I know Scott Bakula sort of mentioned that that he would consider doing a I don't remember him. He was talking about doing a reboot of the show, possibly, and I would actually find that super interesting. Like that could be handled really, really terribly, like really terribly. But I think if you hire like a diverse group of writers and directors and creatives on the show, and I think handle it with real abundance of care, which would mean probably not doing like a 26 episode season. I would do it like a 13 episode season so you can really be meticulous about the episodes that you choose to do on the show. Whereas like 26 episode shows tend to be like, we need to crank them out, so just get them out quickly. I would do Quantum Leap, a reboot with like 10 to 13 episodes. Really think about which ideas you want to tackle and which ones would have the sort of the least problematic implications, but you could really use the sort of person in another person's body, mile in someone's shoes idea in a really interesting way. I think you could do some really cool stuff. I think you do some really cool stuff with a Quantum Leap reboot. You just have to be really, I think if they did it, they just couldn't do it sort of like, they couldn't do it as like, all right, let's do it on the not to knock CW shows, but let's do it on the CW and churn out 26 episodes a season. You know, I think that's the best way to have to kind of address that. Couple more questions, then I might head out because I got to go get some dinner, and I actually got a little bit of work to do. Let's see, two ones I've seen here. Sam, as someone on the autism spectrum, your video and insights on music were profoundly useful. I'm not always able to articulate my thoughts to others, but you managed to so clearly. Thank you so much, Sam. I really appreciate that. That was super kind. Yeah, that video was a lot of work and a lot of research, especially since I didn't even know who Sia was before it. But in a lot of other ways, it was kind of easy because it was just sort of like talking about things that I sort of knew about the community and trying to like share why this movie was harmful and why I thought that while the intentions were good, it was difficult. And you know, the thing that I always try to do with the videos like that, where it's like, you know, it's kind of been unfortunate just because there's been like a lot of more difficult stuff, is obviously there's been a lot of like hard topics to deal with lately for years, but I always try and take those moments and and I don't always succeed at this, but I try to take those moments and turn them into useful moments. and trying to turn them into teaching moments. You know, I'm not interested here to just hate on somebody for something, but I want to try and take, like, all right, this is a situation that is a problem. Like, what can we do? What can we learn from this situation? What can we take going forward? Because I don't find much use in bashing on things. I understand the need for it. There are, and believe me, I listen to podcasts and stuff where it's just like people yelling and screaming and bashing stuff, and I find some catharsis in that. And honestly, it's good for your mental health sometimes to just kind of have you shouldn't always exist in a bubble, but you should have like a little space where like I can just vent and scream and yell about something that frustrates me, because we need that. We all need that. But for the content that I want to create and put out into the world, that what I like to do is I try and help teach. So I'm glad that it was helpful. So thank you, Sam. I really appreciate that. And someone asked, have you played Life is Strange Before the Storm? I have, and love it. I loved Life is Strange Before the Storm. I know some people had problems with it. I have to go back and replay it because it's been a little bit since that game too. But I remember really liking it and really falling in love with it. And I liked, like, we got like I know it still has the bury your gaze thing in that story, just inherently because of a prequel. But I kind of like that it was. We got to see like a really beautiful queer romance apologies. I've been trying not to use that word on stream even as much. So an LGBTQ romance in a video game, and I thought that was wonderful. And I liked their new game, the same studio, not the same studio who did Life is Strange Before the Storm, but the same studio who did Life is Strange did a game called Tell Me Why, starring a trans man, and I thought they did that game great. It was absolutely great. I had some quibbles with that game, but I thought the representation of a trans masculine guy in Tell Me Why was excellent. So if any of you have not played Tell Me Why, I cannot recommend that game enough. I cannot recommend it enough for how wonderful that game is and its representation. Obviously, it's not perfect, but no representation of any minority group is ever going to be perfect. So there's obviously places where we can talk about where it succeeded, where it failed, but for me, I found it to be a really great representation. As someone who, I should say, I am not a trans man, so take whatever grain of salt you want with that, I should say. Emily Chambers, thank you for your CEO video. Check out Neuroclast for resource kit. Thank you so much. And I hadn't heard of Neuroclastic either, so I will check them out. Thank you for the recommendation, Emily Chambers. Yeah, Dom, the Elite Force crashed, so I had to close it out. But I think I might be finishing out the stream just because I have to go get some dinner myself. So Mary, good to see you. Good to see you, Mary Mello. But Lisa, I personally, I'll answer this question just because it comes up from time to time. Then I think I'm gonna head out for the night. But Lisa, you saying who is bothered by the reappropriation of the use of the word, and I'll say it, queer, for the question. For me personally, I don't mind using that word in my day-to-day life. Like I actually have totally reappropriated it, and I'm totally fine with using it. And I actually would use it as a descriptor for myself, as sort of an umbrella term for the LGBTQ community. But I do know that my audience here, I've had some people on stream who were bothered by my use of that word. And, you know, I find that if, you know, even though I accept it and other people may accept it, I'm not here to try and make anyone feel uncomfortable or feel bad on my stream. So if me saying LGBTQ makes someone feel more comfortable here, then that's an accommodation. There's nothing, I feel no worries about doing that. Like I said, I have no personal use of the word wrong with that word. I have no personal issue with anyone else using that word. I just know some people, and again, it's more of like a generational gap thing, because people had that word used at them as a slur, and so they may have some like sort of triggering feelings towards it. So if, you know, it's one of those, like, it doesn't bother me, but if my slight changes to how I speak make someone more comfortable in a situation, then hell yeah, why not do it? Though, like I said, as is obvious, I'll slip up from time to time. So apologies when I do slip up, but I try my best. So all right, everybody. Well, with all of that, I am going to bid everyone adieu and go and have some dinner, and then I actually got to finish up some editing, and I actually got to do some tax stuff tonight, because taxes are fun now that I'm an independent contractor, because I technically am not full-time employed by the Museum of Pop Culture. So I got to figure out, this is my first year being a full-time and contract employee, so that'll be fun to figure out. And yes, you are right, Gum Gum. That is a Mass Effect poster, and I will be doing a Mass Effect stream once the remake of Mass Effect comes out. I hope all of you are wonderful. I hope you. Let me rephrase. You are all wonderful. I hope you're all doing good is the thing that I meant to say. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for everyone who's here who gave me super chats. I really appreciate that. That is incredibly meaningful and really, really helpful for the super chats. But also to everyone, regardless if you get super chats or not, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being beautiful people. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for dealing with the game crashing on me. Both the game killed Kenny and my computer for a bit of time there. So sending you all love. You are all beautiful and wonderful people, and thank you for hanging out with me, and thank you for supporting me, and thank you for being kind. So, and I know I'm doing this because I'm trying to remember how to figure out how to get out of this, Corey. All right, you are all lovely people, and I'm gonna head out of the stream. How do I turn it off? There's the button. I found the button, Corey. Corey, I'm looking at you. I found the button how to turn off the stream. You're all lovely and have a wonderful night.